All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 641 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football, and we're just going to get right into this because I've been watching the Falcons play the Dolphins, and it is the end of the first half. Right now, the Falcons are winning 6-0, and I think I've seen everything I need to see for this particular preseason game. At the halftime, you may see some other players come in. You may not see too much of a difference as far as how the game is going, as far as our players. But I think we got a pretty good assessment of what the second, third, fourth string guys look like. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on them, and give you a little bit of some opinion of who I think looks good and who don't. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I finally got the date for Stitcher. August 29th is the last day for Stitcher. So if you're on Stitcher, go ahead and make that move over to Apple or Spotify or Google. I think Stitcher has been bought up by Sirius XM. Maybe the podcast will be over there. I'm waiting for any confirmation on that. But right now, Stitcher is going to be gone as of August 29th. So make the adjustment. I'm also on Twitter, or you can call it X, at VF Baller. And I am also on the website, firstandframerates.com. All right, let's just go ahead and get into this. The Falcons started off pretty good. They deferred, and they went to let the Dolphins get the ball first. Dolphins go downfield. We end up getting a few stops. I ain't gonna say a few stops, but a few good tackles from Hellmans, the 7th round pick safety out of Alabama. And he's been showing up today. He had a few tackles, and he had the interception in the end zone, stopped everything in the tracks for the Dolphins. So we go downfield, don't do much with the ball until later in the game, where we do get a touchdown. Young Wei Koo do miss a field goal. So I'm just scratching my head on that. He missed the extra point, but nevertheless, the secondary has been playing very good. I mean, you had some guys, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was Breon Borders. I think he stopped the fourth down play, and then another fourth down play in the red zone where we tipped the ball in the air to stop the Dolphins from scoring. So I like what the Falcons are doing. Nate Landman looked good as well. So before I started getting into names, I'm just going to say it collectively. The Falcons look good overall, offense and defense. Now, I noticed like the third string quarterback. This is like third string running back, well, fourth or fifth string running back, fifth, sixth string receivers. I think the only receiver that I know that was prominent out of was Scotty Miller. So I know that. But execution was exactly what I wanted to see. Execution. And look like this team, for the most part, they executed. Now, you can't stop every play. The Dolphins had a couple of big plays so far in the game, but, bend don't break. They haven't given up any points. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. So I love what I see now. When I get into some names, Hellmans is definitely one guy that jumps out. He had a few tackles, had an interception. Also on defense, Nate Landman looked pretty good. He had a sack. Ogun Deje looked pretty good. I liked what he did. Trey Davis with a couple of good stops to force a fourth down. It was a couple of guys in the secondary. I want to say, was it Abernathy or Washington? I can't remember the names, but they looked pretty good as well. Overall, collectively, defensively, you had some guys that looked pretty good. One thing I did not like on defense, is Ebekete at outside linebacker. He looked like he just disappeared this game. He had a lot of reps, a lot of snaps so far in the first half, but I don't see him doing anything. Like I said, Ogun Deje looks good. That front seven looks really good. Trey Davis, a couple other guys were looking really good, but I'd rather see Ebekete put his hand on the dirt and be that defensive lineman, because him an outside linebacker, I know he's played it before, but for tonight, maybe it's just tonight, you just haven't seen him. So that was somewhat disappointing, but nevertheless, he was there. Zach Harrison had a tackle for loss. He looked really good, and there's a lot of high praises on him. So Can't wait to see him continue his progression. As far as the offense go, Logan Woodside looked good. The running back who ran the touchdown, I can't remember his name. Good Lord, I forgot his name that quick. But he ran the touchdown. The offensive line. What can you say about the offensive line? All those guys up there, you can tell that Coach Smith specializes in developing offensive linemen because he's been so patient with some of these guys, and it's starting to show. You know, I mean, they got one sack late in the game, the Dolphins did, but the running game looked really good. You had a couple of good plays out of the backfield. How about Jalen Mayfield, y'all? Jalen Mayfield moved back to his original position was right tackle, and he actually looked really good. Now, albeit once again, it's up against, third and fourth stringers. Well, let's just be honest. I think Jalen Mayfield is probably a third or fourth stringer, to be honest. So, but he did not give up any sacks. So the thing about that is, can he work his way up to be on the depth chart behind Caleb McGarry? Can he do that? That would be a huge accomplishment. He's looking like a second stringer, but you just never know. I mean, you got a lot of other competition on the offensive line. Logan Woodside looked pretty stout as well. Some passes that was some needles. He threaded some needles in some passes, but for the most part, none of the passes was errant. None of the passes looked crazy. So at the end of the day, I think that the Falcons so far this first half, I know the second half is about to start soon, but I think that the Falcons actually look pretty solid. They look a lot better than I thought they would be, especially in this situation, because I thought we was going to see the first string and then we was going to see a complete fall off. We see none of the first string. We saw all the backups and stuff, and they look pretty solid. In my philosophy is I want our backups, all of them, from second to fourth string. I want them all to look like second string guys. All the backups, I want all of them to look like second string guys. And for the most part, that's kind of what it looked like. So I'm really cool. I'm pretty happy with what I see. This first half was pretty impressive. Would I like to see more points on the board? Yeah. But this is the first game of the preseason. I don't expect much. Just slightly disappointed that the first string didn't play, but I totally understand why not. Not really worried about that. I'm pretty sure those guys are going to get reps as the preseason go along. Can't wait to see that. But I'm going to sit back and watch the rest of the second half of the game. And I guess I'll probably do a talk about it later on in the weekend about what I see, because overall collectively, I right now, the first half, I give it a B+. I give it a solid B+. Was not bad at all. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this commentary, the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think about the first half of this game. Do you think they look great? I think they look good. I think they look really great. I think I give it a B+ overall. It's almost an A. Only reason why I don't give it A for two things. One, Ebiketie kind of is he's kind of absent, and Younghoe missed the field goal. So outside of those, if I see more of a presence of Ebiketie and if Younghoe hit the field goal, I would give it an A easily. But nevertheless, not bad at all. I'm going to get up out of here. The second half is about to start, and I'll see you guys on the next one. We'll talk again soon. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy, and y'all be blessed. Peace.